Mrs. Romney, your speech was very well received around the country. You had an opportunity to talk about yourself and to talk about your husband and to talk about how he's connected to people in your lives and in your family. There was something that caught my attention, I'm sure it caught yours, from the keynote speaker at the Democratic Convention, which is sort of went to this charge that somehow neither one of you are as empathetic about what's going on in the country to people who are out of work. And the line was from Julian Castro, the mayor of San Antonio, "You just don't know how good you've had it." How did that sit with you?
Well, I think the thing that I want to communicate to people, and it's so important that people understand, is that Mitt and I do recognize that we have not had a financial struggle in our lives. But I want people to believe in their hearts that we know what it is like to struggle. We've given all people need to know and understand about our financial situation and about how we live our life. And I know that people are suffering right now. And for people to think that we don't have empathy just because we're not suffering like they're suffering is ridiculous. We've given all people need to know and understand about our financial situation and about how we live our life. It's ridiculous to think that you can't have empathy for somebody that's struggling. Our life has always been devoted to those that are struggling more than we are. And I was grateful for the opportunity that we had at the convention for others to speak up and talk about the kind of lives we've led, and in particular for Mitt, who really has been demonized in many ways as being heartless. We've given all people need to know and understand about our financial situation and about how we live our life. And it was refreshing to me for the American people to finally be able to see the lens through which I see my husband and the perspective in which I understand how he operates.
It's the Rich Mormon Lady, Ann Romney. I want to set the record straight about some things I said the other day on Good Morning America. When I said that we aren't going to give you people any more of our tax returns, what I meant is that we aren't going to give you people any more of our tax returns because you people just aren't going to get it. Mitt Romney and I are filthy, filthy rich. We have the kind of money that would make your heads pop off. It's so much money, it's impossible to hide. And I know because we've tried. We have Swiss accounts, we have money in all kinds of offshore accounts. This is what rich people do. Rich Republicans and Democrats. And I would say Tea Partiers and progressives, but nobody in that group is that rich. We play by the rules. They're just not the rules that you poor people play by. And we pay our taxes. It's just at a much lower percentage rate than most of you middle class people because we're smart and we know where the loopholes are. But we don't have a monopoly on the loopholes. If you were smart and rich, you could use them too. Our wealth is common knowledge. Go to Wikipedia. It says we have 190 to, what is it, Juanita? 250 million, give or take 60 million. I don't know where it goes. But it's not a crime to be rich, is it? Is it, Juanita? Is it a crime? No. No, it's not. But the Democrats would have you believe that the crime is because my man has set me up with a couple of Cadillacs. The real crime is that I can't drive around in a couple of Bentleys. Because if I did, everyone would cry foul. The elite are constantly having to downplay our wealth in this country. What kind of world is it when we can't show off? Look, what would you be driving if you had a couple million to burn? You wouldn't be driving that piece of junk you're driving now, would you? And you probably wouldn't be driving Cadillacs. Boring. Our country is in peril. We're not. We're loaded. We're fine. But our country is on very shaky ground. And we need a transformer. And I don't mean the toy robot kind, although I get the jokes. We need somebody who has more. And is it a sin to have more? To have money? It's not a sin, is it, Juanita? No, it's not. And I will go to the Marriott and I will open up the drawer and bring over the Book of Mormon. No, I will go to the Holiday Inn and bring you the Bible and show you that the sin is in judging. Okay, so you can call him what you want. I call him Daddy Warbucks. Mitt puts the more in Mormon He puts the man in Mormon. And yes, we're rich Mormons. You're going to have to get over that fact too, because the Mormon church has more money than God. And our founder, Joseph Smith, was a man's man who was really into the ladies. Really. But you know what? Your religions are really weird too, and you all have stuff that you can't explain in yours. So let's call a truce on that. And I'm going to get back to helping Hornita shred some tax returns because you aren't getting them. And I'm going to go back to being the rich Mormon lady that I'm entitled to be.
It's the rich Mormon lady. To know and understand about our financial situation and about how we live our life.
Mitt Romney wants us all to value what he calls success. Others call it making big money. He calls it success. It doesn't matter how you make it. You make a boatload of money, you live well. You want the world to look up to you, to, in his words, congratulate you. That's his world. Yesterday at the University of North Carolina, President Obama said that he and his wife, Michelle, just finished paying off their college loans 8 years ago. And he said, and I'm President of the United States. He's saying that he's worked hard, done the right things with his life. Harvard Law Review, community work at Chicago, teaching constitutional law. They don't bring big incomes or big houses, but they do good. Romney's view, and he's putting it right out there now for us, showcasing it now, is not that he committed gaffes when he talked about having a couple of Cadillacs or that he hangs out with people who own NASCAR teams or that he enjoys firing people. That's the way he looks at things. Money. Money means success. It means people should look up to you, should congratulate you because of the prominence that your wealth brings to you, that entitles you to in this fair society of his that he keeps talking about. Well, land developers, strip miners, hedge funders, doesn't matter how you make your money, you deserve congratulations on the top of that money, according to him. You deserve to be one of the prominent people, the standouts who, let's face it, should be calling the shots. Forget the teachers, the firefighters, the doctors who take care of low-income patients. Well, Obama's not perfect, but he's got the right values here. Those student loans of his say a lot. They say that he and Michelle won real success in really good schools because they had the brains and the moxie to get there. And yes, they've given themselves to helping other people do the same. So it's not the gaffes to tell you what these two very different men running for president are all about. It's how they revealed themselves in the last 24 hours. It's the statement their lives have made.